Today is my first day in the city of Cebu here in the Philippines. So the very first thing I want to try here in the Philippines is a specialty of Cebu called Lechon, which is basically a Filipino style suckling roast pig. And there are a lot of places here in town that claims to have the best lechon in Cebu, but I've narrowed it down to 3 of the most popular places. We're gonna hit up all 3 right now to see which one is the best lechon of them all. So the first place we're gonna try lechon at is called Zubuchon. So this is the chain here in Cebu, and I'm really hungry, so let's go get some food. So once inside, you can check out their menu, and you can see right at the front, it's their specialty, the whole roast pork. That looks really good. So here for the roast pig, they have different size options available, and they also have both spicy and non-spicy versions, and they have the boned version and also the boneless version. So I always prefer my meat on the bone. I just think it has more flavor that way. If you come up to the counter here, you can see them preparing the lechon. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that fatty, juicy pork. Wow. Oh my god. That looks so good. If you look over here, it says here that the fresh lechon comes in every day at 10:30 and then at 5:30. So I haven't come at the best time because right now it's 4 o'clock. So this has probably been sitting here for a while. Look at that. It's a whole platter of just juicy, fatty pork. You can see the crispy skin on as well. Wow, look at that. Oh my god, look at all the meat underneath. Whew. Oh my god. It feels really oily when I pick it up. Oh yeah. It's really salty. Put a lot of flavor into that. Now's the fatty part. Look at that. Look at the fat on that. Whew. It's got a bit of marinade in there, like a bit of pepper, a bit of salt. Oh yeah. The fat is just it's like melting in your mouth. Oh god, look at that. Oh yeah. That piece is good. It's a mix of the fatty and also the meaty pork part. So because this is the first place I've come to try, I don't really have a point of comparison. But compared to the suckling pig that I've had back in Australia, you know, in like say Chinese restaurants for example, this is definitely better. That only makes me look forward even more to the next place I'm gonna go. The next place I want to go is quite far away. It's like a 3-kilometer walk down that direction. So instead, the nice guys at Zubuchon told me to take public transportation in the form of jeepney. So that orange van looking thing is a jeepney. See how it's filled with people. It's basically a Filipino version of local buses. So I've been told to look for one called 12L. I don't know exactly where it says. See like this one, where does it even say the letter? Oh, okay. See that there? I don't know what that says, 4C. So I'm looking for one called 12L. Found 12L. I don't know how to get on. Oh my god. Ayala? Yes. Okay. Oh god. Alright, that was stressful because when it's packed, it's pretty claustrophobic in there. Okay, so I think this is it. The House of Lechon, famous Kakar Lechon. The fresh lechon is delivered, so today's a weekend, so it's delivered at 6:30 p.m. Oh, okay, so it's not set. It can change every day. So what you can do is you can make a reservation for 6 o'clock such that when you come here, the fresh lechon will be waiting for you. So you won't be eating what's been sitting out here for quite a while.
Good evening, sir. Welcome to the House of Lechon.
Thank you. Man, I gotta say, the hospitality of the Filipino people have been one of the best I've seen in Asia. So let's have a look at the House of Lechon's menu. So you got the special Kakar Lechon and the spicy lechon, so the same combination. I made the reservation to wait for the fresh lechon. I'm gonna have to try a decent chunk of that. So let's go for the 1 to 2 people, the quarter kilo serving. Look at this beautiful, juicy, fatty pork. You can see the fat running down from the side and just drenching the plate underneath. So this is Kakar style lechon, and just visually comparing it to the one before from Zubuchon, I think the main difference is how they cook the skin. So if you look at this one here, this one's more like a crispy skin pork, whereas the one from earlier today at Zubuchon was more like a crackling skin pork. They both look really good, but I would say this one here at the House of Lechon looks more visually pleasing. They even gave it to me on a plate that looks like a pig's head. So I'm gonna go for the skin first. Look at that. Look how thin it is. So crunchy. Personally, I think I prefer the crackling skin from Zubuchon. That one has a bit more flavor, a bit more salty flavor, and a lot crunchier. Whereas this one is, because it's really skinny and really thin, it's still crunchy, but there's not much flavor to it. I'm just gonna grab a big fat slice here. Look at that. Again, just the right balance of fatty and the more lean, meaty part. So really, really good. I'm gonna have a heart attack after eating all this pork. The only thing I have to complain about is that in the House of Lechon, some of the pork parts they give you is quite dry. You see this part here. But what they do give you is this sauce here. I don't know what sauce it is. It's kind of like a vinegary sauce. I recommend you dip this sauce with the dry part. Okay, so what did I think? Honestly, it was good, but given that I specifically reserved at 6 o'clock for the fresh lechon, I was expecting something a little bit better. So I mentioned how I like the skin better at Zubuchon, the more crackling style over the crispy style here. I mentioned the dry meat. So you can see these parts here all pretty dry. You do get better value for money here at the House of Lechon. But if I was going for just the quality of the lechon, the quality of the pork, I'm gonna have to give it to Zubuchon. That leaves only one more place to go for tonight. The last place on our list for today is called Rico's Lechon. This one is probably the most famous and most popular one out of the three, and the store itself actually gives me pretty good vibes. So without further ado, let's go check out their lechon. These guys definitely win the award for having the biggest menu. Look at that, it's got like a massive pig down at the bottom. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, whoa, I feel like I haven't tried the spicy lechon yet, so I think I might go for that one there. So here it is, the last lechon of the night from Rico's Lechon. Now immediately this gives me a good impression. You guys can't see on the video, but this one arrives almost hot, whereas the other two that I got earlier today, by the time they got to my desk, it was already pretty cool. I don't know about you guys, but I prefer my meat to be hot, so this is already off to a good start. Okay, so this one is very similar to Zubuchon, where the skin is quite crispy. I'm gonna give that one a go first. Again, it's got a good crunch. The skin has more seasoning. Oh, spicy. I forgot I ordered a spicy one. So let's try the meat. So you can see here, the meat is not the dry. It looks like it has a bit of fat on it. It's not too spicy. The waitress told me it was 7 out of 10 spicy. No, it's not. It's more like a 3 at best. Don't be too worried about the spicy. Get it. It's definitely better than the regular one. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The spice is getting to me. So maybe she wasn't wrong when she said 7 out of 10. I think we have a winner. Overall, in terms of the quality of the lechon, the pork, I will give it to Rico's Lechon. So the winner of tonight is definitely Rico's Lechon. We only have time to try out one lechon place here in Cebu. Go to Rico's Lechon. That is my opinion. You definitely try the spicy version.